There we go. YouTube, why do you take 15 seconds? Trying to set up the chat, but it takes 15 seconds to actually come on. Well, let me set it up on the desktop that's behind me. Hello, Jay. Welcome in. Trying out the new tripod that was sent to me by a channel member, the short one that's also the selfie stick. Hey, Carol. So it's sitting on my desk, and I have the legs as far down as I can, like this, because the legs can go up or they can go down. And I can't really adjust the height lower so that more of my head is in the middle of the screen. So I decided to put a picture up, a green screen up of Nancy's house. One of my viewers who commented on one of the former videos noticed that if I point up here, see that? Apparently there's a drone right there. That was a very good observation. No, I can't raise the seat. But it's cool because you can see Tucson in the background. Nancy's house kind of behind me. It really kind of gives you a good perspective of how far the houses are apart in the Catalina foothills. Because look how big her house is, and look at the next neighbor behind her. And then just look at all that vast desert behind that. Let's see if we can get a little group in here. It's getting harder and harder to make these, Nancy Guthrie, day number 87. I can't even believe that I'm saying that, day number 87. Oh, is the writing covering my face? Oh, I couldn't see that. Let me go like this. Can you see me now? Let me lower it a little bit. I can't squeeze the buttons though on the side of the phone or it'll turn off the phone. So completely uncovered or completely you can see me? Oh, you mean the chat was covering my face? Yes, you can see me? Yeah, this is as low as I can get. Let me try to go. Oh, I know. I did like this. Hey, Cappy. Okay, yeah. This was the gift that was sent. I really want to use this like out in the field as a selfie stick. Is it better? There we go. See, I'm glad you guys come in at the beginning and you can help me out with this. If you're watching at the beginning, just fast forward through the first few minutes. It's up to the lip. How about that? Because I can't even see the top of the chat. See, for me, it's coming right up to my turkey neck. Let me look at it on the big screen behind me. It's kind of behind, so. Oh, now mine's going to jump to a commercial. Yeah, the screen behind me, I can't really see it right now. I can see the chat, but it's not showing me. It says it is 4 minutes behind. Let's see. See, I can't see the screen. I can't see the chat, though, in the picture. The chat is off to the right. So, may look different on others, though. Yeah, but most people are watching the vertical lives on the cell phone. That's why YouTube wants those lives to be done this way now. Which kind of sucks because I'd prefer to do a horizontal video. Much better for you now. Yeah, there's no way to make my seat higher. I don't think, but you know what? After the video, I can mess around with the seat and see if I can get the seat higher. Push it further back. But I want the microphone to be able to pick up too. Well, the chat might cover my ugly neck. Maybe I should cover my teeth too. Oh my gosh. Yeah, well, this is day number 87. I'm April Davis, PI, licensed private investigator from Los Angeles, California. And this is day number 87. I just can't believe that 87 days later we're still here. I've been checking the news all day on this, and there's basically nothing. You know what I did, Jay? You'll laugh at this. For the next person that comes in, everybody remind them to go to my Amazon gift wish list. It's on my main channel page under channel description. Click the Amazon link and you can find a Colgate dental whitening pen, the one that I can't find at CVS, and I don't want to drive all the way to Target and have to limp into the store with my cane and go all the way to the back to the pharmacy section and then walk all the way back and have to stand in a line. Yeah, I've got it linked on my Amazon store. Just for the haters that come in. So I can say thank you for the click. That just went ka-ching into my pocket. And if it really bothers you, please go to the Amazon wish list and order that for me. It's only, I think Amazon sells it for $19.97 and CVS and Target, I think, sell it for $19.99. I get it a lot, Jay. I probably got that comment 20 times. It's just the way the camera and the lighting shows it in person. You can't really see it at all. I mean, no, I don't have the whiteness of a 10-year-old child, but, at my age, yeah, there's a worn sense of enamel, like the enamel wears. And I'm also a redhead. I could darken my skin. I could maybe do what Trump does and make my whole body orange or like dark orange. And then my teeth would be more brighter if I had darker skin. Oh my gosh. Yours would be bright yellow on screen. It's just, my skin looks pink on screen when I'm looking at my desktop. It's showing completely different than my cell phone. So I guess it just depends on the device that you're recording on, the device that you're watching on. Yeah. So anyway, day number 87, and where do we go from here? We're waiting on the hair sample from the FBI, who may have already forwarded it or are in the process of forwarding that hair sample to San Francisco, to the private lab. And how many samples do they have? Is it just one little hair that we're waiting on? Is it a whole group of hairs? Remember, that was part of their mixed DNA evidence. What is it mixed with? What are they trying to separate from that hair? Also, I finally looked up the name. I could never remember this guy's name, Jim Clemente. He is an author. He is a former New York State prosecutor, which that's cool. I always thought he was very smart. So he's probably been a lawyer, obviously. He's a former FBI profiler and a retired supervisory special agent with the FBI. And he's the guy who claims, oh, hey, Kathy, that the suspect is a single suspect who took her out the front door. But who drove the getaway car? Who was the person who came in the back and moved the clay pots? They think she protested at the door and that she was hit in the face either with a fist or maybe the butt of a weapon, and then she fell to her knees. She was obviously still alive per the pacemaker, and the oxygen in the droplets caused the bubbles, so she was alive at the front door. The pacemaker would have unsynced or stopped syncing to her devices within about 30 feet of the house, so probably when they put her in a car and drove her away. But right before that, this light is like really strong on my eyes. The pacemaker, the heart rate apparently spiked because they were able to look at the records. I don't know if that was through her phone or through her doctor's office, because I guess the doctor's office can see it as long as it's syncing to an Apple Watch or a phone, and they were able to see that her heart rate spiked to a dangerous, potentially fatal level. So, plus you add the bleeding, and I'm guessing she may have been on a blood thinner. She may not have lasted very long, and then they didn't take her meds. Gatorade Zero. Yeah, straight out of the bottle today. It's kind of like an IV for me. The Gatorade Zero. I don't think she's with us anymore, but you guys are having storms again. Perfect weather out here in LA. Typical LA weather for today. The birds are chirping. Do you guys believe this FBI profiler? And he is an expert. He knows more about kidnappings than probably anybody here, including myself. Do you believe Jim Clemente? Do you believe that it was a single person? I don't. Even if it's just the guy that took her in the ringleader, the primary, the mastermind. How many people do you guys think are involved in the Nancy Guthrie, excuse me, honey, Nancy, I'm sorry, Nancy Guthrie abduction? How many people? That's my guess exactly, Kathy, that there had to be 2 or 3. That's been my guess all along. And I don't know if that includes the mastermind or if that's in addition to the mastermind. That's why I keep going back and forth between 2 and 3. Because was this a kidnapping for hire? Or was this just like some bad guy scumbags that were like, hey, let's go take her? I think the mastermind is like in the background of this. Yeah, exactly. Front door, back door. Those pots were very heavy to move. Plus, somebody was in the house for an awfully long time. It wouldn't take 41 minutes for a front porch guy to restrain somebody, especially in her condition. I respectively agree to disagree with Jim Clemente. And now at least I have his name. You guys have all seen him. He's Caucasian male, bald as a billiard ball. I think he's got dark hair in the back, but you can't see it in any of the pictures. And he's got a very narrow face that goes with it. Very, very smart guy. Seems like he knows what he's talking about. Mid-60s, I guess. I think he would look completely different if he had a little hair on his head. What do you think they were looking for? If they were looking for something in the house and it didn't appear to be a burglary or a robbery, I'm wondering if they were looking for some sort of documents. Especially if it wasn't just a random, like the Savannah factor that I put into this case, that it really was somebody close to her. Were they looking for estate documents? the last will and testament, a revised will, documents possibly in a safe, things that had to do with the finances. The family says nothing is missing. But, Annie and Tommaso, they don't live in that house. There could be something missing and they just haven't caught it yet. It's a big house. I think it was over 3,000 square feet of space with, 4 or 5 bedrooms. It's a big house. So there could be something that was lifted that they don't even know is missing. But the guy at the front door didn't have any empty bags with him. I doubt he would have stuffed bags inside of his backpack. Like, that backpack had tools to do something. That's what I think. There was either a blanket or some type of a wrap, like a tarp, possibly to remove somebody, or it's a backpack full of tools. They could have been plastic pots like at Walmart, not as heavy unless they have dirt in them. Oh, yeah, they kind of look like clay pots to me, but like real big ones. Samantha Cortez says, "You're right. Welcome in, Samantha." I think they were looking for something, not like jewelry or cash or money. Like, they didn't take her wallet. They didn't take her checkbook. They didn't take her keys. They didn't take her car. They didn't take any cell phones. They didn't take any electronic devices. Burglars or robbers would be ransacking every single room, pulling drawers out and knocking cabinets over, and it's very, very quick. That's why if you've been burglarized while you're not home and you walk in, you'll know right away, because not only will there be forced entry, but there will be just stuff all over the place. And nothing was like that. Everything was immaculate and clean. So what were they doing for 41 minutes? But to me, that means someone who was very, very comfortable to be in that house. And, how many were there? Were there 2? Were there 3? The police were interested in that white Kia Soul that was seen exiting about 8 minutes after she was believed to be taken. I think it was 6 to 8 minutes later. A neighbor on the very back end of the Catalina foothills, their Ring doorbell recorded that what looked like a white Kia speeding away, but yet neighbors on her street said they saw a white van that had been parked there maybe 1 or 2 weeks ahead of this. And it seemed kind of strange, but nobody called the police to report it. And now I'm hearing rumors that there was a white van seen that night, but I don't think we have any evidence that there was a white van that night unless the police know something that the rest of us don't. But where was, who was driving the getaway, either car or van? Who's in the white Kia? Is there another car that we don't know about? Were there 2 people? One came in the back. That person came and opened the front door because there was no damage to the security screen. Samantha says, "It's Annie's car. It's not a Kia Soul." Oh, you mean the one that was seen on film exiting the neighborhood very quickly late at night? Oh, Jay says Walmart has big plastic knee-high, 2 feet high pots that look like clay. Okay. Two feet wide pots, knee-high. Okay. So you think it was Annie's car. Doesn't Annie, she has a Honda CR-V? And it's not white, I don't believe. No, they're not 100% sure that that's a Kia Soul, but that's what everybody's thinking, that it was obviously white. But that's also in the dark too, with the moonlight from a black and white image. So color could be hard to see. And we don't know if that was related. Yes, there was a white car in the garage. It's that car. Whose garage? Nancy's car was a darker colored car. She had a Subaru, but that car was still in the garage. Nobody messed with that car, even though the keys were right there. Nobody took the car. Nobody took the purse, the wallet, the keys, the phone, the Apple Watch. They don't notice any cash or jewelry missing. is the one that Nanos had for a month. Yeah, that was a Honda CR-V. Yeah, 5 weeks. There's just so many questions. I have to go back to square one. Hey, 20 people in here. Can I get a thumbs up? Square one, I was like, when I heard about this on Sunday night, February 1st, I was like, oh my God, somebody took Savannah Guthrie's mother because of Savannah. And I'm sorry if Savannah's watching this, I doubt it. The person has fingernails. Oh, you mean the guy at the front door? I do believe that. That's a very good observation, Samantha. Then as the days went on, I had to look at it as like just a regular case and take the celebrity factor out of it and go, well, most abductions, kidnappings, unalivings occur 90% of the time by somebody somebody close to you, like family or a close friend or a neighbor or somebody that you work with, or, could be somebody in the church group or someone that works in the house, a caregiver, a housekeeper, a landscaper, a poolman. Even the FBI thinks a possible Uber driver. Be right back, making a cup of coffee. The backpack person, yeah, front porch guy is what they're calling him in the media. I think he has well-groomed, manicured nails, just as he has the manicured, what appears to be the manicured eyebrows. I do see a little bit of fingernail on the glove. At least I thought so at first, but then I rewatch it again and again and again. It's just like trying to figure out if the thing on the wrist is an actual tattoo or if it's a hairy man. Samantha says it's a woman. I think it's a male that has just some feminine, effeminate qualities. Yes, that's Annie. Doesn't fit the body type. They have Annie's eyes. Well, everybody can have their own opinion. And remember, everybody here on this channel that we talk about is innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Yeah, Annie's not that tall. Savannah's like super tall. Savannah's like 5'10". But Savannah was in New York. Oh, Laura M., I'm glad you came back because I mentioned in yesterday's video, I talked to you like the day before yesterday, and you mentioned Ronnie Chasen, and I mistakenly said Wilshire Boulevard. I don't know why I said that. That was late. I'm tired. It's YouTube. YouTube is hard. It was at Sunset Boulevard in Whittier Drive. So, just wanted to correct that with you, Lori. I always revise things if I make a mistake. Samantha says, let me send you a screenshot. Sure. Send it to aprildavispi@gmail.com. Jay says, yet the glove's head seems around the tips of fingernails. Yes, I noticed that too on the sides. She was walking away from her car. It's going to be absolutely devastating, Samantha, if this atrocious crime, ends up being linked to the family. And I heard an internet rumor last night. I don't know where these things get started. Yeah, I'm very familiar with that case, and there was a lot more to it, Lori, the Ronnie Chasen case. It was 2010, actually. Doesn't seem like it was that long ago, how time flies. Because I remember at the time thinking she was an older lady, because I was probably in my 40s, and I thought, oh, that's an old lady. But she wasn't old at all. She was 64. It's amazing as you get older how your perspective changes. Everybody here is innocent until proven guilty. But I did hear a weird story, and I think it's probably fake, because I heard something like that that he knows Dominic Evans. Remember, that's the bandmate of Tommaso Cioni. And there's no way that this would go public if this even happened. That's why I don't really believe it. But that he was told by Nanos, Dominic was told, be prepared and get yourself a lawyer now. Now, I think that's complete BS, because that would be a private conversation if they did know each other and they were friends. Because I've heard that Tommaso Cioni is also friends with Nanos. So if Nanos is really friends with Dominic Evans, which I highly doubt, but if he is, and he said, like, oh, you better get yourself a lawyer, be prepared. Like, you need a lawyer, like, now, like, yesterday. Something like that would not go public. But yeah, this is all the crazy stuff that happens in a chaotic story like this. Oh, they go boating together, says Samantha. But how would we know if he said something to him like that? Like, I got to give you some advice secretly. Like, hurry up and get a lawyer. Tommaso. Something Annie and Cam were in Nancy's house as soon as they were able to. Should have refused himself if friends with suspect. Oh, rescued. Should have rescued himself if friends with suspect. Hey, VMiss5. I'm doing the best I can to translate some of this sometimes, because I know a lot of you guys are watching on cell phones, just like I'm doing it on a cell phone. I'm recording this, and it's very hard to type in the little screens. Hey, 22 people watching. Welcome in, everybody. Hope you guys are subscribed to April Davis PI. If you are, hit that bell notification so you get notified anytime I go live or release a video, or even have a premiere, which I do occasionally. Hit that thumbs up button or smack the like button, as they say in the YouTube world. Hit those red hearts. Now I'm very confused, Jay. Oh, thank you, Desane. I collect a lot of the old Warner Brothers stuff because I did a lot of work for Warner Animation, but as a PI, not as their employee. Had to fill reservoir. Okay, no problem. Oh, you're the one making the cup of coffee. Had to fill the water reservoir. Yeah, that sucks when you're going to make the coffee and there's not any water in there. You get that burning smell fast. Yeah, so we talked about Jim Clemente earlier, this FBI profiler, who's also an author and a podcaster, a writer, a New York State prosecutor, smart guy. And he's on this single suspect bandwagon. I can respectively agree to disagree. I've always thought more than one person was involved, but, I'm just a member of the public. Yeah, I have the PI experience for 42 years. I have the celebrity, kidnapping element experience a wee bit because of being a Hollywood PI, but, I'm just looking at this like the rest of you. I'm just, following the YouTubers and watching what's in the mainstream news. I don't go down the dark, deep rabbit holes with, the clickbaiters, or the channels that have to get their information from their audience because they're not even following the crime. Yeah, like, I've always felt there was more than one person involved and that there's a mastermind. There usually is in a kidnapping. Nano should have taken himself off case if he knew possible suspect. Well, he's the sheriff, though. And he's not like one of the detectives. He's just sort of the leader of the organization. But, Tucson is seeming like a very small town, like smaller than it probably actually is, where all the characters in this case seem to know each other through the 6 degrees of separation. Kathy! Remember, it's April 28th. I have 3 days, the 28th, 29th, and 30th, which is like a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, not like high visibility days on YouTube, to add to the total for April that's going to actually produce a check at the end of May. So that puts an extra, well, it was $1 rather than 99 cents, so you must have been using an Android or a desktop. That'll put an extra 70 cents on the total. Thank you so much. You're the first one today, Kathy. You know, I haven't had a super chat in a couple of days, I don't think, maybe 3. I still think he should not be involved if he knows those involved. Like I said, he's been the sheriff for a long time. He probably knows so many people. And he probably likes to rub elbows with, the Guthrie family, considering, how they're related to Savannah. Oh, you're on a desktop. See, that helps because that means the views during the live actually get paid for. Where if someone's watching on a cell phone on a vertical live, and most people are, about 70%, those views don't get paid. But the views after the video processes, and then YouTube just considers it a regular video after it's no longer live, then those views count for a regular video. I've had to learn so much. And I had to learn that for each live, I have to return on the monetization button, which I wasn't doing for about the first 22 days. And I'm like, oh my God, how much money did I lose? But probably not very much because it's in the pennies. It's not the same income as a regular long-form content. And you are on an Android, so that helps too, Jay. All my products are Apple, iPad and iPhone. But I think they said a tablet, a desktop, or Android devices are charged at 30%, whereas an Apple device, they take a 30% Apple fee off, and then after that fee comes off, whatever is left, then YouTube takes their 30%. So, but it's not like split 30, 30, 40. It ends up being around 48 to 49%. V-Miss says, getting some storms here at my house in Alabama. Well, you know what? It's just a perfect, sunny, perfect temperature day in LA. It's why people live in California, days like today. And the birds are chirping, and the cat is very happy until just right now because, every time I go live, she decides that she needs some wet food. Oh my gosh. But thank you again to Kathy Mallory. Really appreciate that. I don't expect, after this all gets settled down in May, that when I, look at what the May income is going to be for the channel, that I'll see a big check, if anything at all, coming in June, because the views have really slowed down. The super chats have slowed down. Oh, and our good friend Saraf, who, by the way, thank you, Saraf, if you're watching this on the replay, he's just disappeared. And I know he lives in Israel, so I hope he's safe because there's a lot of things that we won't talk about here going on in the Middle East. So, Saraf, I hope you're safe. Desktop is easier to send super chats, my preference only. Jay says it's cloudy there. And I remember you're in Indy. Boy, the best time of the year is coming up in Indy. All the drivers who don't already live there will be in town soon if they're not already there. Gosh, there must be, I think there's a bird nest outside my living room window because the cat just ran. There's a hummingbird feeder there, but I think there's a nest being built right outside my door. I've heard a lot of activity the last week. So yeah, have you guys heard this thing about the sheriff telling Dominic to get an attorney? If that were actually true, I would be super worried about the possibility of family involvement here. I'd love to be on Savannah Guthrie's security team or be a little birdie and be able to look into all the threats, ongoing threats that she has. And a lot of people go down the Epstein file rabbit hole, or I should say Epstein files, plural, But those interviews were like 2019 or something. Like, it's not like she was involved in that, like, when this happened. She was getting ready to travel to Italy to go to the Olympics, like, and then all these people told me about, well, don't you know what February 1st is? It's like the biggest holiday of the year in the Wiccan religion, and that Annie is a proclaimed witch. Remember, this is all alleged. This is reported, and as Nanos would say, one of my new favorite words, speculative. Not that it's a new word, but he says it's speculative. So we have to be really careful here from a legal standpoint. I have to think like a lawyer as a PI. Everything is alleged, reported, or speculative. But knowing that I didn't know at the beginning, I just thought it was a full moon. I didn't know it was something that, like, evil. Like, that could actually have something to do with it. That she could have been sacrificed. Like, oh my God. And then I've heard something about the Bitcoin too, that a lot of people are misunderstanding those first two ransom notes that the FBI considered to be potentially very legit, that they wanted $4 million and then $6 million, but it wasn't $4 million like's been reported and $6 million as being reported. It was $4 million in Bitcoin. And I'm like, that doesn't make sense, because that would be way too much money, because Bitcoin is worth a lot. One Bitcoin is worth like, what is it, $60,000, $70,000? Like, and they wanted 4 million of those? Like, no, I think it's what was originally reported, that it was $4 million worth of Bitcoin. And then if they didn't get it by a certain deadline, then they would have one more chance, but it would be up to $6 million in Bitcoin. Kathy! Well, thank you for being with me every day. And once again, I've had to create a YouTube monetization rule book just because of things that have happened. No religion, no politics, no bullying, or no drama on the channel. I got some messages last night, and there were some very upset people. I don't know what happened. I'm busy running my chat and looking at my notes, and 10 different things are happening at once. I don't know what I missed. I saw somebody got taken out. Nobody knows why. Then I saw a big argument blow up. So just, in a nice, professional, from my heart way, that can never, ever be tolerated on my channel. We're all here to get along. We're all here to participate. I want to hear you guys' opinions, but we're talking about Nancy Guthrie. Now, the knuckleheads that come in, I'll time them out for 24 hours, but, it's amazing. We've come this far today, and nobody has come in and called me a trans or a man dressed as a woman, which is crazy. I'm a woman. Nobody has come in and commented on my neck or my teeth or my face, or that I'm a granny. Heck, I don't even have any kids. We've gone this far in today's chat, Kathy, with no knuckleheads have come in. I haven't had to take anybody in a time out. I guess you haven't been watching all the shows, but it would be impossible unless you go back to the very beginning. And then, if I had, 2 hours extra a day and I could go through every single video, it would take me like, 70 days to go through it all, because there has to be 70 plus videos on this. I mean, we're at day number 87. I don't know what happened, but one of my mods actually insisted that I remove her after last night's show. And she was very unhappy. And that makes me unhappy because she was a huge asset to my channel. And we're not going to go over it again. But, if I start to see people arguing in the chat, they're both going to be taken out. It's just, and, if somebody doesn't want to watch anymore, that's their prerogative. Feel free to move on. We always have new members coming in, but yeah, I have a lot on my plate right now. I am not a drama person, even in the PI industry, I'm at the top of my game and I just do my job, and, people have respect for me for that. And my channel is going to be run in the exact same fashion. It's going to be professional, and I'm going to try to curb the occasional curse word that accidentally slips out, because I have to realize that I am live on YouTube now. And, for the occasional, F-bomb that pops out, I'm very, very sorry. And, I'm just like, oh my God, I can't believe I did that. But no, everybody here has got to get along, or they'll have to be timed out. Let's see. It was absolutely ridiculous. And I had a problem before that involved another mod, and, hurt feelings. And it's like, no, I can't have this. So I'm down to 2 mods right now, and they're both professional YouTubers. And that's how it's going to stay for now. And if it has to be, I'll be my own mod. I just won't be able to give my speeches or look at my notes anymore because I'll be too busy going do. But both of those mods, they're on different time zones. They're very busy. They don't come in as often, but, and for everybody that's like, hey, let me help you, I might, like, if I need you in the middle of a chat, like, okay, I'll temporarily assign somebody just for this live, but it's not a permanent thing. So now we got the housekeeping behind us today. Yeah, I got to act like an adult on here. And if anybody who is under 18 is watching, please get permission from your parents, because this is a very adult topic, talking about true crime. And, somebody, poor sweet Miss Nancy, who's probably no longer with us. And we try not to be, like, graphic. I have to be very careful. YouTube doesn't want for us to talk about, like, drugs or gambling or violence or weapons, anything like that. And I don't want to talk politics or religion. And I already know Jesus loves me because I have at least 3 people a chat that comes in that reminds me that Jesus loves me. But I'm already aware of that. Thank you, V-Miss. This is a very serious issue. Would any of you guys believed when this started that we would be here on day number 87? We are here on day number 87. Like, that's just, I can't believe it. And, Savannah, she's already been back to work for like over 3 weeks. She's already been back to New York for longer than that, because how long ago was it when Annie and Tommaso and Savannah came out to the memorial to lay their flowers, and Annie left her weird little note card that talked about ashes or burning embers or whatever the heck it was. Like, oh my God. Then I heard last night, I heard that she's a jewelry maker. And that interested me because I used to sell a lot of jewelry online through my eBay and my whatnot, and I haven't been able to get any blue boxes lately. And the Shop Goodwill boxes are like $1,000 a piece now, so that's not in my budget ever. But that interested me, and they said, oh yeah, she's got like an Etsy store. Well, I looked all over Etsy. I have an Etsy account. I don't sell on it hardly ever because I don't have luck with Etsy, and I'm not I don't make something. I sell mostly eBay and whatnot. Sometimes Poshmark or Mercari. All the links are in my main channel page or on my main channel page, but I wasn't able to find her jewelry at all online. I see that she's written several books, and there's some used copies floating around out there. Nothing I would be interested in, but I could not find her Etsy store to save my life. Maybe it was taken down. because people are like, oh, well, she's got an Etsy store and she writes books and she writes poems and she teaches a class at one of the local universities, but then I hear that this entire school year, even before this happened, that Tommaso Cioni wasn't working his job anymore. So I don't even know what to believe anymore. Yes, I did. Did you see Miss says? Okay. So did you see Brian Anton is on or is in Tucson? Yes. He was out at Nancy's last evening along with Juice the streamer. Oh, I don't know who Juice is. I don't know who that is, but yeah, I saw him. I saw like a short video today. And he talked about the hair evidence that's been forwarded to Quantico that's supposedly going to go to the private lab in San Francisco. He didn't. I don't think he mentioned that lab. He just mentioned that the hair evidence that had been in Florida is now at Quantico. But that he's got to put something up there. Hey, Dawn. I don't know if you were here last night, Dawn. I don't recall because I've been making so many videos, but I did get your links. Thank you so much, because someone else had sent me the link, but they told me to start at like an hour and 39 and I couldn't find it. So then I got your link and I just found it at 39, and I haven't seen the whole thing, but it actually, there's been a few moments in this case, in this chaos, that has made me laugh. And this YouTuber, he looked like he's obviously got a very successful channel. I think he's got like 40,000 followers. But they were talking about this guy, this Zach, and he didn't even know who that was. He didn't know his name. He didn't know where he was from, or that he was connected to what business in Tucson, or then he thought he owned it. It was just like, it was his audience, people like you guys, that were feeding him information. And then he was like, oh, hold on. And he obviously is using StreamYard or OBS. He was putting other clips up on the screen so that in the background he could be researching, and more power to him if he's using StreamYard or OBS. He's got big followers, so he's got enough to be able to pay for all that. But it was his audience that was letting him in on this, and I was so like, oh my God, I can't even wait until tomorrow, meaning today, to do the video. So I did a video late last night, and I just was on for like an hour. It was during the baseball game. The game wasn't even over. I was just like, I have to go on the air right now and say, welcome to the party, dude. Like, and I'm not criticizing him. I love watching everybody. But that news was from February 13th and 14th. And last night it was April 27th, and they said the video was 2 days old. So I'm assuming he filmed it on the 25th or the 26th. Like, and it's very important that obviously came out. But, yeah, that was extremely old news. But I do appreciate that you sent me that, Dawn. I saw him interviewing Nancy's next door neighbor's house right before April came on. Oh, excuse me. How did I have a mini burp from Gatorade? It's not even carbonated. I was just getting ready to say something, and oh my God. Which next door neighbor? Bemis says, Juice is really a nice guy. Lots of activity at Nancy's last night. Oh, okay. White Tesla in and out of Nancy's. Yeah, who's driving the white Tesla? Neighbor pulled up and told that Mr. Guthrie was connected to some gold and silver. I know that Charles Guthrie Sr., who passed when Savannah was only 16, that he was a mining engineer. And he worked in different places, even international. That's why Savannah was born in Melbourne, Australia. And that at the time of his death, he was working on a project in Mexico. But I didn't know what he mined. I remember Margot Kidder, the actor or actress. I mean, that's going way back, but some of the people here watching are older and would probably know who she is, Lois Lane. her dad was a mining engineer. And by the way, he was American. He was not Canadian like her mother, because everybody's like, oh, she was one of the highest paid actors from Canada at that time. But that's why he was in Northwest Canada, like in Yellowknife, which is, up in the Yukon above British Columbia, because he was a mining engineer and he worked with explosives. So maybe that's what Savannah's dad did, which is interesting to me because I'm part of the gold community. And I'm also a silver stacker. So is that who you're referring to? Are you referring to the Guthrie father? Yeah, thank you. And I'm still going to finish watching it tonight. Last night I just fell asleep, and I was, I'll be watching videos and I'll fall asleep, and then like my hand will still be like up in the air. My phone is down on the floor. Like, okay, I'm not really watching that anymore. Now I'm dreaming that I'm watching it. But I saw like the first 16, 17 minutes of it. I need to watch more, but yeah, and it's very good information. It's because, but for obviously that guy is not watching my YouTube channel, or he would have seen my suspect video. Anybody here who thinks that's new information obviously hasn't seen my suspect video, and that's in my long form content. So if you just go to the main, my main channel page and click videos, you'll see it's like the second one from the top. And I don't put the suspects in like, well, this is my number one suspect and this is my number two. No, it's not in that order. It's in the order that the names came out. Like, so the first name was Tommaso, and then that led to Annie. And then you had, DoorDash guy, and then, you had Luke, and, Mary came into the scene, and then Zach came into the scene, and it just keeps going from there. And there's probably more, because things have changed since I made that video. Hey, Will. Welcome back. Yes, Mr. Guthrie, it was really weird, Nancy's husband. Yeah, that's a very good job to have, to be a mining engineer. Oh, that's interesting. Kathy says, it seems that Brian has been receiving mail at some of her neighbor's house. I believe her name was Aline. Brian, just put a mail drop in your channel description. I've certainly received a lot of mail since I started talking about this. I've even been given a new identity, April Davis Platt. How the heck does that happen? And I must be the only one in the universe. Dawn says, Brian had posted today that there are no leads at this point. Dawn, I believe that's true. At least no new leads. FBI is still working behind the scenes, so fingers crossed to get some answers. See, that's the problem with this, that there aren't any new leads coming in, and that they're going to rely on a mixed hair sample that could belong to potentially anybody that's ever been inside that house, who's probably not even in CODIS. Dawn says, some of them are all connected, I believe, just someone or someone's aren't being honest. Don't even start that. I won't answer to that name anymore. Now, if somebody sends me mail and they keep putting it in my box, I'll be happy to accept it. Hey, if somebody wants to order that whitening, thing from Colgate, that whitening pen, and they want to send it to April Davis Platt, feel free. Actually, YouTube will send it to me, to the mail drop. Are you okay, Kitty? Do you need some kitty food? Oh, she's rubbing her body all over me. So you guys talk amongst yourself for like 30 seconds. There we go, baby. Good. Get your kitty food. Come in here. Come here. Come get your kitty food. want something too. Okay. Who's that? You can take that. Well, thank you, everybody. I can't give something to the cat and not give something to the bunny, too. Hey, 23 people watching. 19 thumbs up. It says my goal ends in 5 minutes and 23 seconds. No problem with the teasing. Yeah, she is sucking it down now. Yeah, the bunny, she's a little sassy with me today because I took her into the room. That means I actually picked her up, took her into the bathroom for just a mini nail clipping. And it was actually easier to do during the day. I usually do it at night, but she's wide awake at night. And in the day, she's sleepy. And then, of course, she got hair all over me because she's all like, ah! And I have to control her so she doesn't break her spine or have a heart attack. And I just take a little teeny bit. And then I have to carry her back out because she won't walk across the floor if it's just the bare floor and there's not like a blanket or a rug or a carpet or... Oh, she's so difficult. And I had to, do a little dental check on her. Dawn says, my rabbit gets mad at me and starts thumping. Yeah, she doesn't thump very much. She'll thump like if she hears a noise or something and it scares her. And then it scares me because I'm like, why is she thumping? Because I had another rabbit and it was a male and he would thump all the time. The isolation room. Yeah, the cat doesn't like it or the rabbit. And then I have to keep the door closed so she doesn't try to escape. And then the cat's like on the outside crying, like, how come the door is closed? And your cats would allow you to take them into the bathroom and cut their nails. And I need to buy the new sofa so bad because the spring is broken, but I don't know, even if I have to put it on a payment plan, I don't know how I'm going to prevent the cat from scratching the replacement sofa. And the spring is broken on the left side, which is where I sit next to the end table and the lamp. And that's where the remote is, and that's where my keys are. I need like the coffee table in front of me and the little end table next to me. I can't be like on the other side. Then I'm not like facing the TV in the right direction. And there's a busted spring. I already had to pay a handyman to come, like $20, $25 just to cut the spring off with some kind of like wire cutter so that the bunny didn't like lose an eyeball underneath the sofa, like, because she hides under there. So they had to flip it over and flip it back, and that just needs to be carried out of my house. My ex-boyfriend from years ago, even when he wasn't my boyfriend anymore, he came over here with a whole large coffee and just like wiped out my couch. And I'm like, what are you doing? And it's still in there. Like, oh my God, it has to go. But she's ripped the cushions. She's ripped the sides. She's ripped the arms. I even bought some covers and then they don't stick very long and then they come off and it's just like, oh, my boy cats would never, and I've had like 4 other cats would never have touched it. It's just her. It's just me, so my bedroom is my isolation room. Yeah, so, and obviously I would never declaw her. I think that's even illegal now in California, thank God. Would never do that to her. Never cut cat nails. They would never allow it. Ends of 3 sofas torn to pieces. I am thinking adopting a teacup Yorkie. Oh, how sweet. They're so cute. Yeah, make sure if it's a male, you get them neutered because my parents had one, and if I remember correctly, it was when I was a real little kid, I think. They didn't get it neutered and it peed all over the house, and my mom got mad one day and she just drove off and took the family dog, and that was it. And it's one of those traumatic memories for my family from childhood. The day my mom drove off with the Yorkie and she came home without the dog. Yeah, that is a horrendous practice. And I know California they've either made it illegal or they're in the process of making it illegal. That causes horrible pain for the rest of their lives. And then if they get out, they can't defend themselves. And I know she would never sit there to let me put little, they have like nail covers for cats that they come in like different colors, but I'm afraid she would bite it off and swallow it. But she would never let me do that. Put the little nail covers over her fingernails. Hey, Boston Bill. Sorry, Boston Bill, for all the drama yesterday. We've since had a mod and a great mod that quit over everything. Like she was just done, and I was like, "What the f happened, everybody?" And I gave my little speech at the beginning of this. No politics, no religion, no bullying unless they're bullying me. I can handle it, and no drama, or you're gone. So, and I didn't take anybody out, but now someone has removed themselves from this. So, moving forward today. But thanks for being a cool dude, Boston Bill. I thought I was going to have to go to your YouTube channel and go to your comments or find an email or something I don't know what happened yesterday. It's happened. This is the second time during a live where all of a sudden everything in the chat went completely out of my control, and it will never be tolerated. We are here today to talk about Nancy Guthrie, day 87. So thanks for being a cool dude and, being, understanding about it. I didn't even know you'd come into the chat. And then it was just like, what is going on? Dawn says, my cat's claws are removed in the front and not her back so she can still defend herself. But that's how she was when we got her. It's illegal here. I'd never declaw though. Yeah, me neither. That used to be a very common practice amongst people when I was like a kid that indoor cats were declawed, but no way. I just can't believe the cruelty of people. Even the people that, snip the dog tails and do the ears, and that's just horrible pain. It's not the animal's choice. So I got to figure out, maybe I'll put some more. I bought so many scratching boards, but she just won't play with them. And she has a big cat tree that's got a scratcher. And my mixed Maine Coons, every time they would just go straight to it, and a couple times a day, do their nails, and she won't touch it. 28 people watching, 20 thumbs up. Can we get a thumbs up? Hi, Ada. Didn't see you come in. Oh, it's asking me to start another goal. Jeez. Oh my God. It says 1, 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, or 50. This would never happen, but let's just for a joke, let's set this at 50. And I will always put all the colors because there's also a choice. $2, $5, $10, $20, $50, or $100. Can you imagine 50 chats at a minimum, red or higher, for $100? Bob, I'll take door number 2. Oh my God. We'll say, I gotta just set it. You probably see me typing on the screen. You go, what is she doing to the screen? And then I'm just gonna put LOL in here because this is a joke, everybody. But I'm gonna do it just to see what happens for 30 minutes. I've set a new goal. Let's see what happens. Where are you coming in from, Ada? Jay says, I've been to a big cat sanctuary and the big cats have been declawed. Oh, you mean like a tiger? That's awful. You know who has a sanctuary, and I don't know if it's still open because she would have to be like 150 years old by now, but Tippi Hedren. And I knew her daughter years ago through my work, so I can't really talk about it, but her daughter is actress Melanie Griffith. And some friends of mine have actually been out there. And she's got like big, like African safari type lions walking around, and they're not in cages. They're just like walking around. And they go into her house. Yes, received from zoos and circuses. Kathy Mallory, I used to be a member of a channel that got a $700? Or you mean in like one show or one? I don't know if you could send a $700 super chat. Did you like that they got $700? It was probably like JLR Investigates. Oh, 600. Okay. They lived with them. One person. One person got 600 or one person sent 600? That's crazy. The most I ever got, and I can look it up right now, was from our friend Saraf from Israel. And let me tell you, the channel has been held up on Mr. Saraf Nell's shoulders. And I haven't seen him in probably, I don't know, maybe a week? Has it been that long? And it's like, geez, we're going to have to just go a whole new way because without Saraf, like, oh my God. And most of them are smaller because they're Israeli shekels, also known as Israeli new shekels, because there's old Israeli shekels and new Israeli shekels. And then YouTube, they have to convert them, and they probably charge a conversion fee for that. But what was the biggest he sent? I'm looking through there's so many. I keep a running list. It's like, it's hard to believe. Let me just click through it really quick. Because usually it's like $17.90, $1.90, $6.90, and then they have to convert it. It's about 1/3 of American money to an Israeli shekel. And it's like, one of them was huge. Yeah, he sent like $179.90 once, but it equaled to approximately, depending on what the conversion rate was that day, approximately $58.25 US. And it seemed to me that he had another one that was super big. I just don't see it right now. Oh yeah, there's another one. He sent one that was $349.90 in Israeli shekels, ILS it's called, currency, and it converted to $115.32. Oh, and it was on my birthday. What a sweetheart. I will catch you up on Friday. No problem, Kathy. I hope the people I gifted memberships keep them on. I hope so. And then I just, I didn't know that I could gift them myself, and I found it out during one of my videos, like, oh, I could do this. And then I gifted out too many, and Kermudge came, he told me after the show, he's like, hey, you got to slow down on, this is how many I gift in a month or per show, or because you're a new channel, and I don't have that many subs yet, and you won't get any paid members because you're giving them all away. And I was like, oh, duh, like, that's a good thought. I think you were the only person, Kathy, that actually gifted them to members of my chat. Waiting on your new card. Yeah, Karach is a cool guy. But yeah, the biggest one was from Israel. $349.90, which converted approximately to US dollars 115.32. Oh, you gifted 3 memberships? Yeah, I believe you did at least that many. I gifted like 10 in one show and then realized, like, oops. And I'm sure none of those people will, like, sign up. Well, especially the mod that quit yesterday because she was so upset. I was upset, and I won't tolerate any of that ever. And I don't care if I've known you from birth. If something like that ever happens in my channel again, people are going to be taken out and they're never going to be allowed to come back. Yeah, you gifted. Actually, you gifted 4. You bought one yourself, Kathy, and you gifted 1, 2, 3, 4. And one of those people will definitely not come back because she saw the birthday video when we went into the discussion about the hair straightener. And apparently I was, I had lack of character or bad morals or something after that. I was a bad girl. Oh, gosh. So that's somebody who won't be renewing. And I gifted one of my mods for me. I mean, I don't pick them. It's a random generator, so I don't think that's going to happen. Yeah, that's what I want everybody to be. But it makes me very sad that somebody that has helped this channel so much is chosen. Not I didn't choose. She chose to no longer be a part of this wonderful group. That's very sad. Because I'm going to keep making these videos. So Rob, we were just talking about you. Oh my God. I don't have your email or anything. And I was like, did something happen to you? Because I know you're in the Middle East and things are very unsettled. I'm like, oh my God, have you passed away? Are you in a hospital? I just want to know that you are okay. And you do not need to come in and give any super chats. But we were like, where is Saraf? I haven't seen you for like a week. Oh my God, my neighbors are like, what is that? What is that horn? If somebody complains, I'll just get up and shut the window. Yeah, my goal just expired, and then I said, let's just do this for, laughs and giggles. See what happens. And then somebody said that they knew someone that got a $600 super chat, and I was like, that would never happen to me. And then I looked up on I've been keeping notes on the members and the super chats, and I just announced you and said, it's Saraf. Like, he's given, I've lost track. How many horns did I blow? Oh my God. You're putting them in faster than I can. So, yeah, it's the 28th here, and the end of the month is 2 more days, and then that'll be it for April's total. That will carry over to my first check since remonetization. Thank you, my friend. Oh my God. If you do this like 45 more times, let me know so I can go shut the window. I think most of the neighbors are at work during the day. Oh my gosh. Oh, thank you so much. You should have seen yesterday's show. Watch the show from yesterday. There was 2 of them. Watch them both, Saraf. Very, very bad times in show part 1. Things went bad fast. Okay, I'm going to get up and shut the window. Hold on. You're crazy, man. Oh my God. Everybody just stay and watch the show. If I hit the like button for everyone, I'll like my camera will follow. So everybody, will you hit the like for Sarop? No. Hi, Hearts. You came in at a crazy moment. The goal expired, so I'm like, I'm so tired of saying it's expired, and reset your goal. And I'm like, let's just do this for laughs, but I'll still keep it at minimum, like 99 cents. Let's do this for laughs and see what happens. Keep going, everybody. I got less than 72 hours to go for whatever's going to carry over to May for my first check. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I just called you out saying that you did a very generous donation on my birthday. And you had already got me a birthday gift on another live and already sent me a PayPal. So, like, oh my God. You know, with the channel is sitting on your shoulders, my friend. Oh my God. Oh, this has never happened. I mean, I know it's just Israeli shekels, but it's wonderful. Thank you so much. What is that worth American now? I don't even know. Oh my gosh. Everybody give him a thumbs up on all of these. Oh my God. I set the goal like once for 20 and nobody gave anything. And I'm like, oh, I think I pissed people off. So I if you can see this video again, you'll see how I said, let's do this as a joke and see what happens. And it's only running for 30 minutes. How many minutes do we have left, people? 18 minutes. Oh, wow. How you doing, Hearts? I'm sorry. I had to get up and shut the window. Did I miss one? I can't keep up with it. My rabbit's like, ah! And she's already mad at me because I took her into the room earlier and clipped her nails. She didn't expect that coming during the daytime. We usually do that at night. Oh my gosh. Welcome in, Saraf. I hope you've been doing well. Yeah, and how's the little Poochie, the little Yorkie, Hearts? Saraf, stop it. And your sister. I've been thinking about you, Hearts. Oh, you got Muffy's ears cleaned this morning. Muffy, I saw the picture on your Facebook. Muffy is very, very cute. And we had a Yorkie named Muffy. You done and spooked the baby. Sarah! Oh my gosh. We're going to have to buy a quieter horn. I'm going to have to use the super chats to get something quieter than the hype horn. I got one once, and it turned out it had like a donkey sound. That was before, like a long time ago. And I hit it one time, and my animals lost their minds. And I was like, nope, that's going back. Who is Max? I see Jay said Max liked. Who is Max? Did I miss somebody? Me trying to get things back to normal around here. Normal, I know. There is no normal in my life anymore. Okay, I'm losing track. Jane says night all. Good night, Jane. Thanks for coming. Oh my God. Oh my God. YouTube is going to think you're a bot, Saraf. I'm glad that you're okay. That's why I just wanted to know that you were out there. I have liked to the maximum I can. Oh, okay, that's what that meant. I saw that we were on a live together, but yeah, I hope you liked it. Those are the stickers that Alaskan Assassin Adventures designed. Oops. Oh my God. Everybody, all 19 of you, just stay here and keep hitting that thumbs up, and please hit the like button on these generous donations by Saraf. Cat's mad now. Yours or mine? She just came out of the bedroom like, what are you doing? Mom has lost her mind. That's a record. 38 super chats. I would like to know normal. I was always told normal was abnormal. Laughing. Oh, says Kathy, the heart's of gold. Haha, Kathy, I gave up looking for normal just to go with the flow. Yeah, I've just, you know what? Since I had my cancer, my motto is one day at a time. One day at a time, folks. Oh my gosh. So off! Oh my gosh. I'm so glad my upstairs neighbor is gone. But yet it would be, it would be funny to piss him off because I've had to put up with their noise for so many years. And I think my other neighbor's out of town because she's had an Amazon package sitting at her door for like a month. I know she's in the film industry, so she'll go off to make a movie or something. And the neighbor across the hall, she usually gets home around 5:30. So oh my gosh, Saraf! Oh my God, this is ridiculous, man. Oh, Hart says, I start physical therapy next week for my shoulder. Not looking forward to it. I wouldn't either. It's going to be painful, but hopefully it'll make you feel better when it's all said and done. Oh my God. I'm trying to keep up with the likes on these. Luckily, I've got the new tripod here, so I'm able to do that without knocking the camera. And let me get my screen back here. I took my screen down when we were looking up. We were just looking you up, Saraf, and then you came on. It's like your ears must have been burning. 47 for 50. Oh my gosh. They're probably not liking it. Especially since the cat just ate and she's probably taking a nap. 49! Oh, this is crazy. Saraf, my friend. Oh. And I document all this. Hey! I was hoping that was just... Look at the confetti, everybody. I'm trying to hit the like button, but the confetti's like... There we go. Oh my gosh. And I had a couple from Kathy at the beginning of the show. So it's added up to $36.81. Of course, before they take the fees. So thank you so much. Wow. That'll make it a much better day. Goal achieved. He is a gem, isn't he? Anyway, I'm glad to hear that you are well. I was just a little worried about you. Not because of the super chats, but just because I hadn't seen you lately. And the Amazon store has been on fire. I forgot to mention. One of my biggest fans, and she said that I could mention her. Her name is Sue. And, there's two Sues. There's Sue Bruck And then there's another Sue Melby. And she sent me, according to my email this morning, I received another gift when I woke up from the Amazon wish list. And she is in the process of sending, or Amazon is in the process of sending me another diet ginger beer from Australia. That's like ginger ale, but it's made in Australia. Another 4-pack is on its way to my mailbox. So if you're watching this, Sue Mulvey, thank you so much. You've given me so much support. That's the second gift that you bought, plus the Venmos. You guys, it's just so much. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. And she said it was okay that I could talk about it, because usually if somebody sends, like, they send an email and they just say, unless they tell me I can talk about it, I won't. And if somebody sends me a gift and they're like, I don't want to be identified, then I won't. You know what? I don't know if you guys can see this, but there's a reflection on my green screen. Wow. I don't know if you can see to this side. Do you see it too? Yeah, I see it. That is a picture that's behind me, and that is my deceased friend. There's a video about her if you'd like to watch, Kelsa Kinsley. You see that? Wow, I'm almost going to cry. I just noticed that after Sarath came in. It's Kelsa, who my cat was named after. Look at her. And I didn't change my lighting or anything. How is that happening right now? That is Kelsa. I think she's coming through from the other side, and she's saying, April, I'm so proud of you that you have put your face, my old yellow teeth, turkey neck face, on camera. There's just little moments like that. It is behind me on the shelf, but I didn't have this before. It was a picture of Nancy's house, and she's coming through. And the shelf is like, not behind me, it's to the left of me. Like, it's at a 45-degree angle. It's not behind me. I don't even know how the camera is picking that up with the green screen. Oh, thank you, Hearts. You're beautiful too, my friend. And Hearts, you didn't see all the drama that happened yesterday. We had a mod that decided that she's no longer with us. Things got out of control on the first live yesterday, so you, my friend, Hearts of Gold, and Curmudge, you're the only 2 mods now. And no pressure, but you're the only 2 mods. Yeah, but the ring light is facing the bedroom. And I didn't open or close the curtains. Now, maybe the sun is going, kind of over the building across the street now, so it is a little darker outside than it was. Camera pointing at it, picking it up. Let me scooch the camera. There she's gone. She appears in mysterious ways. Now, if the saying, hello, it's me, pops up from somebody I don't know, then I'm really going to be freaked out. Hey, hello, it's me. Don't do it, everybody. I don't want her out at all. She's welcome to come in anytime. And she's always with me right here. Every moment of every day. Just in a different form. Wow, Sarop, that was incredible, man. That's amazing. No, I welcome all the help I can get from wherever it's coming from. Oh, I can see her blinking again. Yeah, this wasn't blinking before. That's crazy. Yeah, it was, but our time was too short, Hearts. That was one of the new friends that came in during the cancer. Came in, kept me going mentally, and then departed the earth. Been the hardest thing I've ever dealt with. The timing was really, really awful. You know, sometimes the courtesy and the kindness of strangers is it gets to you more. Yeah, it's tough. Big loss to the world. A lot of people miss her. But I am confident that I will be seeing her in the future, and hopefully later than sooner. I think you said it, Kathy. You hit the nail on the head. Remember, God brings people in for a reason. God takes people out for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. All the crappy stuff, too. Yep. Hearts, you know, you've been dealing with it lately between your mom and your sister and your dog, and you don't even want to tempt fate and say, hey, man, what else can happen? Like, stop this. I guess so. Just, it's almost killed me. Like not figuratively, but literally, it's almost killed me. Because all my heart problems started after that. They were probably going to happen anyway due to the chemo, bad genes, my medical history, but that was the icing on the cake that just about took me out. And I think the only reason I survived that, especially when I was in the critical intensive care unit, is that she was right there with me, pulling me through. Hart says in the last 4 years, she lost her dad, older sister to cancer, then her mom, and almost lost my younger sister. Yeah, I lost my mom too. And I couldn't see her because I was like in a hospital too. And my sister, who's got her own set of problems, was having a breakdown thinking that she was going to lose us both at the same time. And it almost happened. And I'm like 26 years younger than my mom. Thank you, Kathy. I really appreciate it. That, that lifts me up. Because I was getting a little sad when the picture popped up. There it is again! I think I moved the camera or something. Did I? Kelsa, you're always welcome. She knew that I didn't like going on camera and that I had turned down a PI show. And she was trying to get a contract before she died with a network for her PI show, even though she was only a PI in training. She was not a licensed PI yet. She was still training, but, she has a famous background, so she was an entertainment background and a broadcasting background and an acting background. So she had a good shot at it, but nobody was picking up her show. And I was like, I had an offer from the Nashville network, and I wouldn't do it. And they hounded me for a year to go on that TV show, and it ended up never getting made, Diva Detective. And I think her show was going to be She's a PI, but nobody had any interest in it. And she would even dream about that show and after she met me and that I was in it with her, kind of like The Simple Life with Paris Hilton and Sophia Richie. It was going to be kind of like that. And I'm like, don't even go there. And she's like, yeah, now I'm having nightmares about the show and you're in it with me. And I'm telling them, I'm yelling at the cameraman to keep April's face off the camera. So for her to be able to see me in front of the camera, even if she's seeing me from another universe, another dimension, she's like, I can't believe you did this. And some guy just came in and gave you 50 super chats, plus the 2 that I had earlier from Kathy. So amazing. Like, wow. FJB. Her name was Kelsa Kinsley. Look her up. God, I hope so. It breaks my heart every day. Her birthday's in March, mine is in April. These are very tough months to get through. I lost my husband 2 years ago, April 17th. I finally feel like I have a reason to continue on. Sosa, I'm so glad you came in, dude. Sosa, go to my main channel page, to the home page, click the video or the channel description, and click the link at the bottom. It says Amazon. It's my Amazon wish list, and you can invest in a Colgate dental whitening pen. They'll send it directly to me, Sosa. Yeah. You go do that after I take you out for the day. And thank you for the monetization, for the pennies that I'm going to get off your clicks. And feel free, I'm going to check after the show to see if you went over to Amazon and bought me that dental equipment that I need so badly, apparently. I knew it! I was waiting the whole show. It took 96 minutes to get someone to come in and do this. Like, oh my God. Or you know what? I can use some of the donations from, I could use some of the donations from Surroff to help pay the dental bills, you know. There's another, I think the cleaning was $125. The filling replacement was $225. So yeah, I need about $350 just to pay those two bills. And while we're at it, I need another $1,800 to do a bridge that happened because of an incident during chemo. Yeah. And you know what? You don't even have to give it to me in Super Chats. You could just go to my Venmo or my PayPal or my Cash App. Kathy says, it's still hard at times, but I've given my life to my church. That's a very good way to look at it, Kathy. What you can do for others. Yeah, I have a video on the Miss Kelsa Kinsley, also the name of my cat, but I call her Kelsa Kitty. And my rabbit is Amelia Kinsley, but that was, I already had her before she passed. And everybody, especially at the rabbit rescue, they go crazy when they're like, what's her name again? And I say, Amelia Kinsley. And they're like, that's the most beautiful name I've ever heard. And she's an AK like me. Okay, Jay, have a good evening. And you always have to try to make a positive out of the most crappiest of situations. But wow, that's amazing. I'm so glad, Hearts of Gold, that things are turning up. Things are looking better. Sadly, things are not looking better on the Nancy Guthrie front. It's day number 87, and I just can't even believe it. I said it earlier. I can't believe I have to say that it's day number 87, and there are no new leads or new evidence coming in. And they're going to rely on a rootless hair that's going to solve the whole thing. Like, I think the chances are about that slim, but I'm going to hope and pray that it reveals something. And I still waiting for the FBI to come knocking on my door. Not happening yet. And if you haven't seen the suspect video, or you just want to watch it again, go to the long form content. Click the video tab on my channel and look at my suspect video. It's time that's well spent. And remember, everybody here on my channel is innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. But no new leads, as far as I know. Even Brian Itton, he's back in Arizona, but heck, JLR, he's out in Oklahoma chasing tornadoes now, because there's nothing happening on this front. You know, Savannah, she's been back to work for 3+ weeks now. And she already went back to New York, you know, at least a week or two before she was back on the air. And she went and visited, you know, all of her comrades at the Today Show when she first got back, but it was, you know, off camera, off the air. I've been watching when I go to bed at night. Oh, thank you, Hearts. Yeah, watch those long-form content videos. Because so far, those are not doing well, but I haven't had time to film hardly any since I started this live series, so that's a part of it. But when I do, nobody watches. And it's like, people are like, hey, you didn't come live yet today. Like, where are you? But how much more can we talk about this until we have a new lead? But if you didn't see the second video last night, the first video, everybody just probably stay away from that. That was horrible. Makes me very upset. Like, what can I do to control that from happening in the future? It's sad that I have to have a rule book now. But then the second video, it's only about an hour, I did last night. I need to get my laptop up. I got to... oh, Binge the Heartland. I haven't watched that. Oh, and let me throw a little teaser out there. If you haven't seen Free Bert on Netflix, it was the number 2 show in just one day. It was released January 22nd, I believe. I know the little girl in that, and I'm very good friends with her family, her grandma. And I knew something big was going down, but, nobody could talk about it. I didn't know until today when it was, I knew it was coming, but there's like a huge announcement about the little girl. Yeah. Just go watch Free Bert. And keep your eye on little Lilu Lang, who plays Isla. Just a wonderful, wonderful little actress. She's going to go very, very far. Yeah, they've already authorized a season 2 on that. And there's a green light for season 2, and she's going to be in a horror movie. I am so proud. This little girl, she had never even had an entertainment gig before, and she was literally like famous overnight. Like she had overnight fame in one day. Heck, she even writes some of her own lines. Like, who does that? 11 years old, doing her pilot and writing some of her own script. Like, it comes from a show business family, I guess. It shows through. But better than her acting, or equal to her acting, is the type of person that she is. And she's just a kid, but what a nice young lady. She's going to go far in her life. That's happy. I like to announce happy news. I'm very happy for my friend, her grandmother. I've known the family a couple years now, and I'm just so happy when good things happen to good people. The name of the show, I don't know how to pin on my own. It's called Free Bert, Bert, and it's on Netflix. But congrats to little Lilu. I know she's too busy to watch this because she's a big star now. Now she, besides being a television star, she's going to be a movie star. Just amazing. Her grandma's helped me out a lot. Very, very nice person. I've lost so many over the last few years, to death, to illness, to cancer, to accidental deaths. Lost my mom, lost a lot of pets. So it's always nice to have, new friends coming in as well. I'm so proud of her. She's actually been here before. She knows my cat and my bunny. My cat kind of hid from her, but she got to see the bunny just a little bit. Hope she doesn't forget me now that she's a big star. Yeah, she and her little brother wanted to come again, and the weekend they were going to come, I was like back in the hospital again. It was after my kidney surgery. I was temporarily in the hospital, just in the emergency room for a few hours, but yeah, I did end up back in the hospital. Oh, and I just got a message from YouTube on the live, and it says, "Oh, snap, something went wrong when displaying this webpage, it says out of memory? Well, that's weird. Yeah, as far as I know, I'm still recording. Can you guys see me? Out of memory? How could YouTube be out of memory? Said, oh, snap. But you know what? I'm going to go make something to eat. I haven't really eaten today. And, I enjoyed dinner last night. I used one of the gift cards that was sent by a viewer. I'm really tempted to use the other one. There's 3 of them. To use the second one tonight, but I'm going to cook something. I don't want my turkey burgers to go bad in the fridge. So I'm going to cook a turkey burger. I'm going to watch the Dodgers and the Marlins. Everybody, thanks for coming in. Please say a prayer for Nancy. Please say a prayer for Savannah and her family. And I know she's probably not watching, but if there's any one iota of a chance that Savannah is watching, please contact me. I'll be happy to talk to you about this case and just look at it through a new set of eyes. Yes. No, this is a brand new phone. It was a message on my desktop, so we're good. But thank you, everybody. Thank you for coming in, hearts. I'm so glad things are looking up for you. And if anything breaks, I'll be happy to come back on the air. And thank you, Kathy. Kathy Mowry for the super chats. And thank you, my friend Saraf. I'm glad that you are still alive and kicking, man. See ya.